So I am sick this week and therefore not putting a whole lot of energy or time into much of anything. But the good news is I still have a video for you. In 2009, I gave a talk almost exactly a year ago. It was April 29th, 2009. The kids were 2 and 4 years old. And I did a talk at Ignite Seattle called The Sanity Hacks of a Stay-at-Home Mom. And later on, I will be bringing you that video if you just hang on for a couple of minutes. Context of the day in 2009, and it was partly internet context, and it was also partly an evangelical context that I was a part of at the time, where there seemed to be a us versus them mentality around working moms versus stay-at-home moms. So it seems silly now to think about bickering and sort of culture wars around stay-at-home moms and working moms. I don't necessarily see the same conflict and judgment happening today. And I don't know if this is a change in my context or my heart, or if we have simply moved beyond that and grown less judgmental about that. But at the time, there just seemed to always be a lot of conversation around like what was better or what was best. So I'd actually be curious to hear in the comments if anyone is still experiencing sort of a systemic sense of judgment, whether you are a working outside the house mom or whether you're a stay-at-home mom. Do you feel that you are judged for the decisions that you have made and the way that you are raising your family? I'd be curious about that because I feel like I don't see as much conflict there as I did at the time. But again, that just may be because I am a little bit more removed from it. I also have come to realize that what a sense of privilege it was for me to be a stay-at-home mom and to have anyone declare that that is the best way or the better way. At this point in my life, I understand that to be a very privileged thing, to make a decision to be a stay-at-home mom or to not be a stay-at-home mom. Not everybody has the ability to make that decision. Sometimes there is no choice. Not everyone has access to an income that can support an entire family. Not everyone has a partner. So it was just interesting to think back on those times and the arguments that maybe I made or that I heard made, or just the discussions around being a stay-at-home mom as a better choice or as the right choice. So just a couple thoughts kind of 10 years later. So on this Throwback Thursday, I am now presenting to you my Ignite Seattle talk from 10 years ago called The Sanity Hacks of a Stay-at-Home Mom. Here you go.
Before we go there, we're going to hear about parent hacks from Jen Zug.
That's awesome. My name is Jen Zug, like you said, and my kids are 4 and 6 years old, and I'm married to Mr. Brian Zug back there behind the video camera. And I'm going to talk to you tonight about the sanity hacks of a stay-at-home mom, because it's a question I'm often asked. How do you do it? I would go crazy. And I do. I love being a stay-at-home mom, but it's definitely had its down times. And so I'm going to identify 6 of the things that have tried to drive me insane and how I have dug my way out of it. The first one being the feeling of being left behind. I've experienced jealousy about success of other people, about things that are happening in other people's lives, and kind of feeling stuck and left at home. And so I've had to remember that parenting has a beginning and a middle and an end. And sometimes it really sucks. And it's like the scene when Han Solo is frozen in the carbonite, and I'm thinking to myself, how the hell did I get to Cloud City in the first place? But then I remember that this is just part of the story, and it will continue, and I'm not always going to be changing diapers. I'm not always going to be driving a minivan, and I will have new and different things around the corner as my kids get more independent. Also, you have to find the right venture capitalist. But it's not just about funding all the peanut butter and glitter glue. It's about the way my husband supports me. And I don't feel left behind because he brings me along. He encourages me to do things like stand on a stage in front of all of you. And so in that way, I'm not left behind. Secondly, it's easy to feel isolated. Sometimes I'm tied to a nap schedule. It's logistically difficult to get out of the house. Obviously, this is why mommy blogging has taken off over the years, is because women are looking for a way to connect when they are kind of stuck at home. So I have friends. I have lots of friends. I have friends who aren't moms, and I have friends who are moms. The mom friends particularly help me feel like I'm not alone. They can identify with the things I'm going through. Date night is hugely important. We've been going on dates since Ruthie was 2 months old. He takes me out. I feel sexy. I get out of the house. It's awesome. We have a co-op, so we rarely ever pay for a babysitter. I highly recommend date night. Very important. Thirdly, it can be a little boring to be a stay-at-home mom. I can't tell you how many times I have seen Finding Nemo. It is a great movie, but I have the thing memorized backwards and forwards. Not a lot of stimulating conversation with a 2-year-old. And so I've had to learn to celebrate the moment. My kids will tell the same knock-knock jokes over and over again. They'll do the same pratfalls over and over again. It's look here, see that. But I think we have a lot to learn from the way our kids celebrate each moment and have fun. Also, a sense of humor is important. Mike Myers once said about his own family that normal is just how we act until we can be silly again. And so sometimes I get wrapped up in my tasks and the thing I'm supposed to be doing and barking at my kids, and then I just remember to have fun and we laugh. Also, sometimes I feel like the real work is out there, what Brian is doing, and what I'm doing at home is not significant. But that's just not true. And this may not be for everyone, but we've chosen to divide and conquer. So he goes out and makes the money, and I keep the house. And in this way we specialize. And we live a pretty balanced life because of it. Works for us, may not be for you. Also, it's exhausting to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm often my needs are the last ones that get met. I'm taking care of everybody else. I'm up in the middle of the night with a sick kid. And so I have to remember to take care of myself. In the past, it's been remembering to brush my teeth. That was kind of a hard thing to remember. These days, it's more about mentally doing the things that recreate me, the things that refresh me, and make it so that I actually enjoy what I'm doing. And so that's an important thing for me to remember now. Also, very definitely an identity crisis. I think especially in the beginning with new moms, we get so wrapped up in the cute little baby and what color the poop is and all of this, and we forget who we are and what it is that we've enjoyed doing in the first place, and you kind of lose track of that. And so I've really worked hard at honing my craft, of continuing my writing. I blog, I go to conferences, I have writing groups that I'm a part of. I stand on a stage. And so in that way, I've exercised that part of my life to keep that going and remember who I am and what I like to do. And also involving the kids along with it. I like to blog, so I started a blog for my daughter, and she's a 6-year-old blogger. She loves photography. We go geocaching together as a family. So staying connected to the things that I like to do and bringing the kids along with, they totally enjoy it. It's a blast. So if you want to hear more about my life as a stay-at-home mom, you can find me at thispile.com or on Twitter at JenZug. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Jen. That was great.
So I'm totally phoning it in.